Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Aman Luthra, and in today's video we're going to talk about 3 reasons why we ignore climate change. Now, when you hear the words climate change, what are some things that come to your mind? Do you feel fearful? Do you feel hopeful? Do you feel helpless? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think climate change is definitely a major issue which we need to act on right now. And here's the interesting thing. I think we have all the solutions that we need to act on climate change, but what we don't have is the action to actually act on those solutions. And I think there are 3 main reasons why we don't take action, which are all related to our mindset. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons on how we can fix that mindset. Before we get started, please do me a huge favor. Please like this video and subscribe down below. I make climate change videos every other week, and I know you don't want to miss out on them. Alright, now let's get into it. The first reason why we don't take action on climate change is because climate change is presented as a big and complicated problem that only seems to be getting worse every year. You've probably heard this in the news, that there's a wildfire going on, there's a hurricane going on, or that every year that passes is the hottest year on record. And when you hear these things, it's very easy to feel like, well, if it's only getting worse every year, then what's the point of taking action on it? And I don't think that's the right way to think about it. So the first way we can fix our mindset about climate change is we have to understand that solving climate change really comes down to a list of smaller actions that are really simple. To put this into perspective, let's imagine that you were in a language arts class and you had to write a 10-page essay. Now, a 10-page essay definitely sounds like a tall task, but what if your teacher just asked you to write 1 paragraph a day until you finally hit 10 pages? Then it doesn't seem all that bad. And this is exactly how we have to approach climate change as well. We have to understand that there's a lot of smaller actions that we can take, which will eventually add up and make a difference in the long run. One by one, we can choose to recycle more, we can choose to eat less meat, and we can choose to reduce our energy consumption. When they add up, they do make an impact. So let that be your reason for taking action. Even though on a global scale, your impact may be small, it's still a whole lot better than nothing. Now, the second reason why we don't take action on climate change is because climate change is presented as a future problem and not an immediate threat. You've probably heard things like, we need to save the environment for future generations, or we need to save the earth for a better future. But who exactly is part of that future? Is it me? Is it my future kids? Is it all of us? And because that's not exactly defined, it's very easy to think, oh, it's for future generations, which means not me. And the other thing too about climate change is that the actions that we take right now are not noticed until much later. It's not something that can give us an immediate boost of satisfaction. And that's not the right way to think about it either. So the second solution to fixing our mindset about climate change is that we have to understand we do have time to solve it, but we don't have the rest of our lives. According to the United Nations, there are 10 years left. That's right, 10 years left before climate change results in severe and irreversible consequences. The good news is 10 years is a good amount of time. The reality is there is no better time to act than right now, because the more action that we delay now is more action that's going to be needed in the future. And finally, the third reason why we ignore climate change is because of climate change denial, which is at an all-time high, especially in the United States. Now, if you're someone like me and you hear someone say that climate change is fake, you would think, what? How can you say climate change is fake? Of course it's real. That sounds insane. But the other way you could interpret it is, oh, climate change is fake? That means I don't have to worry about it. And that's not the right way to approach this either. There are 2 main reasons why I think climate change denial exists. For one, it sounds appealing. Like I said, it translates to, oh, I don't have to worry about it, so I don't have to change my lifestyle for the environment. The second reason why denial exists is because it helps to delay regulation on climate change. Every day that regulation can be delayed on investing in renewables is another day that fossil fuel companies can make money. And of course, that's not going to help solve climate change. So how do we fix this? The third solution is really simple. Don't give the deniers your attention. This is exactly how the tobacco industry worked. There were some people that told you that smoking was good for you. Some people told you maybe it's good for you, maybe it's not good for you. Some people told you there's not enough evidence to prove if it's good for you or not. And because of all of this doubt and confusion, people end up buying more cigarettes because nicotine and other drugs make you feel really good. And now the same playbook is being used by climate change deniers. And of course, that's not going to help solve climate change. So again, it's pretty simple. Don't give them your attention. Anyone who tells you that climate change is fake is either lying or has been lied to. And that's it. Those are the 3 solutions to fixing our mindset about climate change. So to quickly recap, number 1, we have to understand that solving climate change really comes down to a list of small and really simple solutions which you and I can take every day. Number 2, we have to understand that we do have time to solve it, but we don't have the rest of our lives. And finally, number 3, we cannot give our attention to climate change deniers and doubters. So yes, climate change is definitely a serious problem, but we have the time to fix it and we have the solutions to fix it. The only thing that we're missing is action. So what actions can you take to solve climate change? Well, I could make a whole bunch of future videos about that. But for now, I challenge you to put more items in your recycling bin than in your trash can the next time the garbage truck comes to your house or your apartment. I could make a whole future video about recycling, so please comment below if you want me to make that. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe down below so that you don't miss out on any future videos about climate change and how you and I can solve this problem. Just remember, nature can live without us, but we cannot live without nature. Alright, bye guys.